بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد ولله الأسماء الحسنى فادعوه بها. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the most beautiful names, so call unto Him by them. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إن لله تعالى 99 اسما من حفظها دخل الجنة. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has 99 names. Whoever preserves them, memorizes them, they will enter paradise. Right, now on to something else. Number 13 is Musawwir. I've got personal experience with al-Musawwir. Musawwir is the designer, the fashioner. Comes from the concept of taswir. Taswir means to form a surah. Surah means a form. Where a surah, these buildings a surah, the whole world is a surah. Allah is the Musawwir. Allah is the Musawwiru samawati wal ard. He's the one who designed and formed, not just design on paper or in concept, but fully formed. It's the full whack, it's the full job. That is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, one place where we can use it is childbirth and parenthood, when expecting a baby. Ya Musawwir, give me a beautiful child. Ya Musawwir, give me a good child. A beautiful child in every aspect. Allah khair. MashaAllah. Ya Musawwir, Ya Musawwir, Ya Musawwir. Number 2, artistic endeavor. For sure, this is definitely part of it. As I told you, I sat for 2 years with our al-Hizb al-A'zam translation, trying to find the right design. And I couldn't find it, and then I called unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with this name, and within 5 minutes I had a design I was satisfied with. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it. So these things work. Allah loves it when you call unto Him. And if you call unto Him in a more nuanced way, as in, as opposed to just with a name that you're just calling lazily because it's the only name you have. Allah is not a lazy name. Allah is the most perfect name. But most of us only call Him by Allah because it's the only name we know. We're not willing to go out there and think beyond that and think, what else? Let me really ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala using different, in a more comprehensive way. So, Ya Musawwir. Self-acceptance. Those who are struggling with self-esteem, especially related to physical appearance. Anybody like that here? They're suffering from self-esteem due to their physical appearance. They don't think they're elegant and beautiful enough. They're always comparing themselves with another. They're spending thousands on makeup and cosmetic surgeries. Ya Musawwir, Ya Musawwir, Ya Musawwir, Ya Musawwir. Some people have a false sense of it. They're completely fine. Nobody's going to call them ugly, but they think they are. Right? And some people, subhanAllah, some sisters, I hope it doesn't happen to men, but some sisters, they just have to put makeup on to go out. They can't be seen without it. They just can't be seen without it. They hate themselves. Ya Allah, Ya Musawwir, Ya Musawwir, Ya Musawwir. Call on to Musawwir, the fashioner, the designer. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make you beautiful. Sometimes a person may not look wonderful, but the work they do is so beautiful that nobody cares about what they look and they think is a beautiful person. Beauty is in multiple things. Allah has comprehensive beauty. He can create comprehensive beauty. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make every action of ours, Ya Musawwir, make every action, every deed, every trait, every thought of ours beautiful. Okay, another one is, so that was self-acceptance, right? Self-esteem. Number 4, medical procedures. Right, similar to what I mentioned in the previous one, undergoing surgeries or medical procedures that might be there to restore a physical feature. There's been some kind of burn wound or some other injury or something, and it's a restoration, right? A permissible restoration aspect. I mean, of course, if you want whiter teeth, you could do it for that as well. People want. The question that's come to us is essentially, that comes to the muftis, is can we do whitening of the teeth? And yes, you can whiten the teeth, but they want to take it to an artificial level, whiter than what anybody ever usually has naturally. They do it artificially. Now there's some ethical issues there, because we're not really allowed to, we're allowed to restore or adorn, right? So, medical procedures, Ya Musawwir. Environmental conservation, again similar to what we said in the previous one. Wildlife, conservation of nature, invoke this name, right, to preserve Allah's intricate design. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Number 6, professional life, especially in fields of design. Anything you do with design, and that could be a city planner, somebody into a graphic designer, it could be an architect, it could be the engineer, right? It could be the person that comes from the council to check your house out, to check that work is happening. What are they called? Sorry? Building regs. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Musawwir, Ya Musawwir. Help us with these building reg people sometimes. Right? The building regs people should read it. Ya Musawwir. So there, number 7, facing change. If somebody wants to reshape their life, spiritual reflection, and you contemplate the marvels of Allah, just like we did in Khalq and Khaliq. So, Ya Khaliq, Ya Musawwir, because all of that is the effects of Ya Musawwir, is the effect of the Musawwir. That's the athar, that's the effect of it. The intricacy of life forms. And inshaAllah, that will help us to deepen one's admiration and gratitude towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Personal growth, number 9. Personal development, self-improvement. Invoking Ya Musawwir can serve as a reminder. So some of these are to actually call on to Allah, and the others are reflective. We just say it because, just like remembering. You know, it's like somebody's done something, somebody's produced something amazing, and you're just admiring and you just call out their name. Like, wow, what have you done? You know, they're not even there. With Allah, He's there, He's listening. So it's going to have a lot of meaning. Community building, community projects, especially if you want to develop it. You're part of the committee of the masjid. You're part of some other community initiative. Ya Musawwir, to try to design the best options. Right? This is beautiful, Ya Musawwir. Ya Musawwir, grant us. Ya Musawwir, grant us everything your name can provide for us.
With the Rayyan Courses subscription, you'll gain immediate access to over 250 hours of exclusive video lessons taught by experienced scholars. Sign up now at rayyancourses.com to continue your journey. Your next lesson is waiting.